What's going on, y'all? It's the Kid J Nolan here. Hey man, before we get into anything in this video, make sure that you like and share it. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you get all updates. Hit the post notification bell. All right, y'all, let's get into it. I want to go ahead and put a disclaimer out there and let y'all know I am not against Nicki Minaj. I am not against the Barbs. I know some content on my channel may come across that way because I do cover some of the drama that surrounds her career. But unfortunately, that drama is what fuels her success. That's what fuels her creativity at this point. So it kind of goes synonymously with it. Whatever you take from that is what you will, but I did want to put that out first. Now, we have Jason White, FKA Problem. He's a West Coast artist from the LA area. Very dope. If y'all remember Rich Homie Quan's Walkthrough, he was the feature on that record. He had some other big records like Why that was out there years ago. He's kind of taken a back seat, transformed into more of a writer. He's still releasing his own music, but he did change his name. And of course, when you rebrand, that kind of sets you back a little bit. As we all know, Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice have the new Barbie World single that's going to be dropping out, and that's going to be for the Barbie soundtrack. But he actually worked on a Barbie World song with Saweetie a little while ago, right? There was a snippet that had been released sometime last year that was going around. People were trying to determine whether or not they actually liked what they heard. There was supposed to be a date put on that song as well. Never came out. We don't know what Saweetie's career is going to entail going forward, but he's speaking out because unfortunately there was some type of connection between himself, Saweetie, and Nicki Minaj to collaborate on that original version. However, it looks like it got scrapped and replaced by the Nicki and Ice Spice song. So Jason White, FKA Problem, comes out and says, as a writer on this, I can confirm this song and idea was sent to her last year to submit to the Barbie movie. It's sad to see that the original artist has been pushed off a song that was her idea and was meant for both of them. I have no side in this, but I will be compensated. If or when I need to detail the whole way it went down in regards to this Barbie-ish, you will understand why all writers need to be compensated with day rates and contracts protecting their intellectual properties the day of. Hopefully this gets sorted out quietly, but please know I don't scare easy. So the problem, no pun intended, that he has is that he put time and effort into crafting the original record with Saweetie. It's quite possible that he brought the idea to Saweetie because he's in the background. He could be doing sync work, writing songs for people. I don't know all of the connections that Problem has or Jason has at this point in his career, but it's very feasible or plausible to say that he probably brought it to Saweetie. They decided they wanted to get Nicki on it and put together the collab for the movie. Some time passed. Now we have a new version. So he's like, man, I put time, effort, writing into this song. A version was set to be made, but now y'all want to run off with the idea, recreate something new to it, but it wasn't really on your radar had we not reached out. That's what he's basically trying to say. Now, outside of his tweets, he actually has a video, and I'll let him speak on his side of the story that tries to expound on the subject even further.
Talking about, I'm not getting fired, I'm not doing all that. Y'all gonna give me what I deserve. Now, if Saweetie wants to not trip, that's on her. If people involved with that trip, that's on them. But we crafted a record, okay, that was sent over to Nicki to hop on to submit to the Barbie soundtrack. She said she was gonna do it. I'll tell you everything that happened. It went to the point where the girl even signed the girl to the management team. They did a whole play. Then all of a sudden, a new version was created. Yes, it's a sample. You can do what you want. Yes, whatever. But nigga, you can't hear one thing, then go say you're going to do this, then go do your version. It ain't happening like that. Anybody that's in this business knows that that's not how this works. It's a reason why if, let's just say 1,200. Let's go 1,200 on my new project. Now I ain't gonna tell everything. No, the thing is, I don't gotta me telling everything means nothing. I can show you everything. All the emails, because I'm on them. Anyway, this is just we just chitter chatting. If I sent your ass to the motherfucker, if I sent you what I got, they're basically running the whole play that was set up by your guy, Bob.
The big thing in this situation, I don't think it's so much, it's definitely about the idea, but he says, I will be compensated. And this is a bigger general issue in the music business, is that when you're a songwriter, you're not typically compensated for your ideas in a very transactional way. The writers have been having this issue for some time. This is something that behind the scenes, a lot of people are trying to work to rectify. Tiffany Red has the 100 Percenters, which is an organization that's trying to get this thing cleared up with all the music publishers and the labels, where somebody like Problem, he's called into the studio, he gives his ideas, he goes in, crafts all of this stuff, the artist lays it down, but he doesn't necessarily walk away with anything unless the song gets placed. So the mileage that he's putting on his car, the food that he has to go eat for that day, if he has to pay for parking, the time that he's taking out of his schedule to do other things, to be in the studio with these artists or this group of writers, he's not compensated for any of that. It's basically free work. And the free work is with the hopes of the song getting placed with these artists, right? So it's already set in stone that Saweetie was going to do the record. We have a version of Saweetie with that record. They reached out to Nicki to be a part of it. Nicki had already given her consent and approval that, yes, I will do this record. So it's already been set in stone that she's heard the record. She liked it enough to give an answer. So by the time that all of this starts taking place, now the messaging is getting sent back to him like, hey, Nicki signed on to do it. She's going to do it. Your record's going to get placed on this Barbie World soundtrack. Like, now he can start looking forward to the money, right? Because it's like, I didn't get paid for none of the ideas. I didn't get paid for my time. But now that we have a concrete idea and it's a go, we got two huge artists and we got the top female artists of the last decade on the record. Yes, I'm going to get the money that I rightfully deserve for creating the song. We don't know what that fee is going to be. We don't know what that percentage on the publishing was going to be. But you could estimate that it could possibly have been a very hefty bit of money that was going to come eventually, over time. Because once you put it into movies, you start putting it into commercials. The movie goes through the entire nation worldwide. It starts getting picked up on different streaming platforms. When artists create these songs, or when writers create these types of songs and they go everywhere, they get paid royalties for all of the usages, right? So this is something that's going to pay for life, especially aligning yourself with a brand like Barbie that's not going nowhere. Yeah, that's a lifetime amount of checks in the back end. And he feels like with Nicki going off and creating a new version, taking Saweetie away from the record, which basically cuts him out from his connection to the record, food is effectively being taken out of his mouth, and ideas that he contributed towards are now being repurposed without his consent and without being paid. So this is the issue at the core that Problem has. This is why he's saying, I'm not picking a side in this, but I will be compensated. He's not advocating for Saweetie. He doesn't really care what happens with the song. But because I contributed to the record, y'all gonna need to cut me in on that. Even if y'all made a new version, even if y'all did XYZ, if y'all use anything similar to what I had in there, y'all need to compensate me for those ideas, because now you're trying to run off on the plug with my creativity, my intellectual property. And this is something that the writers behind the scenes are trying to get fixed in the industry, so that if I do come to the studio, you need to at least pay me a set fee. You need to cover a set amount of amenities in order for me to come out the house. Otherwise, y'all can't keep running off with people's ideas, manipulating them, and then saying, oh, this is something different. Because this happens to a lot of people. There's so many different versions of records that get tossed around throughout the industry. This is also why we see all the female artists beefing, and then next thing you know, we get these dumps of leaks where 4, 5, 6 different ladies in the industry have their own version of the same song, same hook, probably even saying some of the same bridges and pieces of verses, because it's all the writers that are working on this stuff. They literally, I ain't gonna say literally, but they damn near working in sweatshops trying to get placements. Now, of course, to the average consumer, y'all are not really gonna feel sympathy for the writers, because out of sight, out of mind. Y'all just wanna hear the end product. But y'all gotta understand that in order for all of this stuff to get done, there's people actually putting work in. That's like you going up, showing up for work, clocking in, doing a day worth of work, going home, and then your check not reflecting it. It's the only way that I could really relate it. If you were to do that, and if that were to happen to you, you would have a big issue with your company. You would leave. You would probably try to sue for the difference of what they didn't pay you, or you would raise hell until they did pay you. So that is Problem's issue. I don't know what the future holds for this situation. I highly doubt that Nicki Minaj is going to reach out to him. I highly doubt that Nicki's team or anyone from the Barbie World soundtrack or the music division of Barbie Mattel is going to try to make things right with him. But he did say he has all of the paper trail, all of everything that he can pull up, all of the evidence to show the steps along the way that led to this final record. So it's going to be interesting to see where this thing goes. Let me know what y'all think down below in the comments. Do you think he was right to speak out? Do you think he's wrong? Do you feel like he's burning bridges in the industry? Or is he fighting to get his just due? I want to see what y'all think, because I already know where I stand. Be sure to like and share this video. If this is your first time seeing me on YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hit the post notification bell for all updates. I am one of the most reliable sources when it comes to these types of disputes in the music business, because I am an actual writer and artist myself, and I do quite a bit of this type of stuff on a daily basis. All right, y'all. Much love and respect. Peace. Beautiful people, thank you for tuning in. I hope that you enjoyed the content. Make sure that you're liking and sharing these videos. Make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. Hit the post notification bell so you get all updates. For all of my artists, my artist managers, songwriters, producers, etc. If you need a little bit of extra help with your career, man, make sure that you visit pengameelite.com, okay? That's my website and my community for all upcoming rising music creators. I got 2 books on there, the Pen Game Portfolio Volume 1 and 2. They're going to give you a lot of insights into the music industry, how to monetize your career, how I make my money off of music, because I am a full-time artist outside of doing YouTube videos. If you need some direct help, you can also book a consultation with me on the Pen Game Elite website. And I also have a Pen Game Elite membership. The free tier gives you access to all of these videos that I post on YouTube and a community of people where you can engage. But I do have the membership plus, okay? You can join that for $50 a month or $500 a year, and I will actually go in and do all of the grunt work for you. If you're not registering your songs on your PROs, if you're not with Song Trust or the MLC, if all your collection agencies and all of that stuff are not up to par or up to date, I will go in there and update all of that for you. If you need help uploading your music to a distributor like DistroKid, United Masters, etc., and you've been making mistakes, you've been claiming content ID on material that you really don't own, hey man, stop stealing people's money. If you do this stuff the right way, you're gonna make it anyway, okay? You can join the membership plus, and again, I will do the work for you, and you're gonna get a free consultation every month just for joining. You're also gonna get the 2 books for free soon as you join the membership plus. All right, much love and respect. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.